For those of you that have just joined us, please say hi to the group in the chat and just add your name and role. As I mentioned, we'll be recording today's session, and I just started that. I want to welcome you all. Thank you for joining our October webinar, Engaging Families with Tomorrow Ready Texas. We know it takes a village to help our students succeed and want to share this valuable resource with you that we hope you will be able to share with your parents and families. So a little bit about Tomorrow Ready Texas. What is Tomorrow Ready Texas? It is a free college and career planning tool for your parents and guardians of Texas teens. So starting in middle school, going into high school, this site provides tailored advice and reminders to help keep you and your students on track and ready for their next step. And who is behind Tomorrow Ready Texas? It was developed by us at Texas OnCourse and the Higher Education Coordinating Board together with the Texas Workforce Commission. And it is easily accessible through the link that Jared will be sharing with you, tomorrowreadytexas.org. Before we dive into Tomorrow Ready Texas, I want to share with you all a little bit about our new professional learning series. The Texas OnCourse Professional Learning Series is a free digital learning opportunity that we designed for our middle and high school educators, focusing on college and career planning. So on the second Tuesday of every month at 10 a.m., just like today, you can connect and learn from expert guest speakers on the different relevant counseling and advising topics throughout the school year. Excitingly, in addition to our monthly webinars, we now have our coffee chats where you have another opportunity to collaborate with your colleagues. These monthly coffee chats occur on the last Tuesday of the month. And again, these are at 10 a.m. And this will be an opportunity for an extension of our monthly webinar topics. We've had a couple so far this year that have been a lot of fun. If you haven't had a chance to join one, you will have an opportunity coming up. Oops, sorry, skip that slide. On October 31st. And again, there's no prep needed. So what it'll look like is we'll divide you into small breakout rooms where you'll have a room leader that will be available to help facilitate the conversation. And this time is really meant for you to explore and share. Is there a resource you found you've been using that you think others would benefit from? Do you have any questions about what's working well on other campuses or in other districts? And of course, this month we'll be specifically focusing on Tomorrow Ready Texas and just different parent-family resources. So thinking about that, how have you used Tomorrow Ready Texas to help families understand college readiness? And what are some other resources that you implement? So we would love to learn from you, and that's on October 31st. And definitely mark your calendar for our next monthly webinar, which is on November 14th. Envisioning Success with College and Career Readiness Tools for Students. This one is going to be jam-packed. Super excited about this. We're going to cover both the high school and middle school modules, as well as jumping into ADVI, the First Texas program, My Texas Future, and Map My Grad. So all of that within one jam-packed hour. So definitely mark your calendars for that and join us to learn a little bit more about how you can help your students succeed with post-secondary success planning. And I know that's a lot to remember, so we just recently created this handout with all of the dates and descriptions of our upcoming sessions. So this visual only shows through December, but you can access the entire document, which extends through the end of the school year through the link that Jared will provide. And again, we'll also provide this resource after today's session as well for you. So just a quick glance at our dates and the different topics that we'll be covering. And this is our team. We are the Professional Learning and Engagement team at Texas OnCourse. We will be your hosts throughout the Professional Learning Series this year with our different webinars and coffee chats. My name is Andrea Panter. I am the Senior Network Coordinator at Texas OnCourse. And I have the privilege of working with Lauren Guggen, our Director of Professional Learning Engagement, Lauren Desher, our Professional Learning Coordinator, and Jared Garza, our Network Coordinator. Laura and Jared are on the line in the background helping out with links. And then Lauren is also going to share with us about Tomorrow Ready Texas. Lauren, if you want to just say hi really quick.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you everybody for joining us this morning. We're so excited to have you here. So like Andrea said, I'm the professional learning coordinator and I joined the team in February. So just this past February. Prior to this, I was a college and career advisor for 12 years here in Austin, Texas. And yeah, so excited to talk about Tomorrow Ready Texas and what an amazing resource it is.
Thank you, Lauren. And then we also have a couple guests on the line. We are excited to have Will Collins from Lamarck High School in Texas City ISD joining us this morning. Go Cougars! He will be sharing with us how he has found Tomorrow Ready Texas to be valuable on his campus, as well as different ways that his team engages parents and families. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Will. And I would also like to introduce Amy Zigner, one of our project managers with us this morning, and she will be available to answer any questions you may have about Tomorrow Ready Texas towards the end of our session today. Again, thank you both for joining us. So I did notice we have some new folks on the line and some of you that maybe haven't participated in one of our webinars in a while. Just to let you all know, our mission at Texas OnCourse is with Texas OnCourse, all Texas students, no matter where they come from or where they're headed, have a plan for success after high school. So all the materials that we produce and all the trainings that Texas OnCourse hosts, we always begin with this end in mind, that the work that we are doing is to help our students have a valuable plan after high school. The users of our tools include middle and high school counselors, advisors, teachers, administrators, and community-based organizations that focus on post-secondary success. We also provide a lot of resources for our students and our families. For example, Tomorrow Ready Texas that we'll be sharing with you guys today. So a little bit more about what we do. Texas OnCourse simplifies the college and career planning process with free digital tools. We provide online learning that is easily accessible. We have a library of courses and modules that you can complete at your leisure, start and stop whenever you would find necessary, as well as the information is easy to digest. The information in the articles that we provide you is relevant and easy for you to understand, whether it's your first year in education or it's your 19th, 20th, 25th year, because we all know everything is continuously changing. We also provide educator training. We offer in-person and virtual professional development. We try to be as flexible and adaptable as possible, whether you're in need of an exploration of the academy, maybe an introduction to the academy, or you're looking for updates on the TASFA, the FAFSA, as well as access to extensive resources. We have a library of resources accessible at your fingertips, and these are all easy to search on our website. So if you're looking for something specific, you can just hop on our website and type it in, and hopefully you'll be directed to the most up-to-date information. All this information is also embedded within the different courses and modules that we offer as well. Just a quick look at our agenda today. Again, welcome everyone. Lauren and I will be sharing with you all the great features of Tomorrow Ready Texas. And then Will will talk about some of the ways he has incorporated Tomorrow Ready Texas on his campus, as well as some of his best practices continuing to engage parents and families within their district. They have a really cool podcast that he's going to share as well. And we will wrap up with some time for question and answers. So as we're going through this session, feel free to drop any questions that you have in the Q&A feature, and we'll make sure to get to those at the end of today's session. Okay, so first we want to hear from you. What are some of your go-to family engagement tools? Please drop those in the chat. And if you have a quick reason to give why, that would be great as well. New resources are continuously being created and of course updated, and we love to hear what's out there. And it's just a great opportunity for you to be able to share with your colleagues as well. And as you all are dropping this in there and continue to share those resources with us. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to Lauren.
Thank you so much. All right. So, yes, thank you for joining us today. And I'm going to be talking about Tomorrow Ready Texas, just like Andrea said. And it is such an awesome college and career readiness tool for parents and guardians. And I don't see anybody putting resources in the chat that they currently use. So maybe this is going to be a great introduction to this awesome resource for everybody. Just to give you a little background on Tomorrow Ready Texas, it was created for parents and guardians from research that we conducted, where we found that most parents or guardians just feel really anxious and under-equipped when looking to support their teens' transition into college or even career after high school. So the research that we conducted found that the existing online college and career readiness resources for parents and guardians were lacking, especially when it comes to finding reliable and centralized information. So like I said, we did some research, and to kind of better understand the problem that we were looking to solve, here's just some key highlights that we discovered. So the first is that the parents that we talked to exhibited really low confidence in understanding the college application process, especially as it relates to just selecting schools and financial aid. They also feel a lack of confidence preparing their teen to be workplace ready and help them apply for jobs. So parents really don't know where to find reliable information online, and they want college and career and military readiness information all in one place. And lastly, we found that websites and mobile apps were actually viewed as the most highly trustworthy of all sources for this type of content. So, with all of this knowledge and all of the research that we did, we decided to create Tomorrow Ready Texas. And just like Andrea already mentioned, Texas OnCourse worked with the Texas Workforce Commission, and that's when we decided to, launch this reliable college, career, and military planning tool for parents and guardians. So let's go ahead and get into it. And there were some really valuable things that we wanted to think of when we were creating Tomorrow Ready Texas. For example, we wanted to make sure that the content was comprehensive and centralized college and career and military readiness resources. The tool that we have will help parents and guardians support their teens' transition from high school into college, career, or the military. And it also provides resources related to life skills to help them negotiate this transition successfully, because it can be very overwhelming for parents and the students. So we also asked, is it curated and organized? We broke the content down into milestones and steps, which makes it really easy for users to keep track of specific deadlines and goals. We also, we built it with parents, educators, and students in mind. So, I mentioned that this tool was developed for parents, but we strongly believe that this resource can perfectly supplement any educator's toolkit, as well as be used by students directly to help guide them through this process. Another key demographic we were looking to support is families of students with disabilities. And that really guided our approach when we were developing the content as well as the site's functionality. So let's talk about some of the main features. First off, it's personalized based on the user's selected interests. So users can select the content that they are specifically interested in based on grade and category. They can then access it via a personalized homepage, which will make it easy to focus on the content that really matters to them the most. They can also access the full breadth of content via the main navigation or search functionality. So now we've also organized the content into what we call action plans, which means the content is grouped into actionable steps. And, this approach really allows the users to have an idea of what's ahead and plan for the semester or for the year. And the action plans also includes functionality that allows them to keep track of their progress. So we also send regular email reminders to help users stay on track of their goals and milestones. Tomorrow Ready Texas is also very easy to share. Content can easily be shared to other users like parents or students via a variety of platforms. The site is accessible. We developed the content for students with disabilities. We also built the framework and functionality of the tool with accessibility in mind. And it's very responsive. So we'll work on your mobile or desktop devices because we know a lot of parents we talk to were really interested in a tool that they can access anywhere, anytime when they're on the go. And last but not least, probably the best part is Tomorrow Ready Texas is free. It is free for families, free for students, free for parents, free for y'all, which is probably just one of the best parts. So in the next few slides, I'm going to give you just a quick look at what the website looks like. So this is the main home page of the site where users can learn about what's available in the tool and just how to use it. So you can also access the sign up page and they can create an account or log in if they already have one. This is the onboarding form, which is part of that initial registration where users select their content preferences. So they select their grade level or the content categories like college and military or adult living. And what's really nice is users can always go back and change their preferences later. So if they have a 10th grader but want to see what an 11th grader does just to kind of start preparing themselves, they can go back and customize it to whatever they need. And this is also where users can opt in to get email reminders. So now once a user completes their registration, they're going to be directed to this page, which is the personalized homepage. And it provides access to the different content categories we mentioned based on the selection the user has previously made. So grade and category combos are linked to a specific action plan, for example, like 8th grade college action plan. And again, this personalized selection of categories can really easily be changed, just like we talked about. So let's take a look at the action plans. This is one of the action plans looks like. And users can go through this step and list in the recommended order, or they can choose any order that they want. And you can use the checkbox within each section to mark the step as completed and just to help keep track of their goals. And the steps are organized by a suggested due date, really allowing users to plan their semester or year ahead of a time. And remember, I mentioned that this website can also be used for students and teachers. Well, this is a great example right here. You can talk to your students about endorsements or other career pathways. So just a really great example of how a student or an educator could use Tomorrow Ready Texas. And the last is a sample of an article page. So the articles can include videos, charts, and even links to external websites and many other very carefully selected resources. And each article also includes an estimated reading time and a quick summary, which helps users get a better idea of what to expect and just feel less overwhelmed by the information because it's a lot of good information. So now we're going to take a quick look inside our content strategy. So now the content within Tomorrow Ready Texas gives parents and guardians the opportunity to be involved at every step of their student planning for life after high school and beyond. And it's really centralized hub of information resources for parents and guardians who want to support their students make informed decisions. So we curated content from very quality sources, but we also created resources that parents and guardians can use to understand the example of complex topics to their students. So the content was written for parents and guardians of students in 8th grade or 12th grade and covers topics in 5 areas: college, jobs and careers, military, adult living, and financial wellness. The information parents and guardians will see is very relevant to the grade level their student is in. For example, in 8th grade, students are exploring about colleges and careers and learning what that all means. And as they transition into 9th grade, they begin to dive deeper into their college exploration and really learn more about the different types of opportunities available to them. So some of the best practices in our approach to developing the content for Tomorrow Ready Texas includes just keeping the content short, using the right tone of voice for our audience, and ensuring that this information is easily digestible. We wanted to include an at a glance at the beginning of a page where content includes a larger amount of information and a bulleted summary is needed, because this will help parents and guardians find the information they need quickly. And then we also made sure that we were identifying when parents and guardians should connect with a counselor or an advisor, and just like those conversation starters with their students to kind of help their planning process. Within the college action plans, Tomorrow Ready Texas covers information about high school graduation plans, college options, college costs, and financial aid. The goal for the college action plans is to support parents and guardians who understand how to help their students prepare in middle school and high school for college applications, selecting the best academic fit, and enrolling at the institution. So throughout the articles across Tomorrow Ready Texas, parents and guardians will have access to resources like the ones on the screen specific to their students' grade level, and that they can share this with other parents and guardians as well as with their students. So within the jobs and careers action plans, Tomorrow Ready Texas covers information about preparing for the workforce and learning soft skills, resumes, job applications, interviews, connecting endorsements to careers, and so much more. And the goal for the jobs and the careers action plans is to help parents and guardians help their students understand the skills needed for their career fields of interest. The goal is to help parents and guardians prepare their students for searching and obtaining a job after high school, which can include, apprenticeships or internships, if that's the route that aligns with their students' career interests. So within the military action plans, Tomorrow Ready Texas covers information about choosing a military branch and career, preparing for the ASVAB, learning about the military academies, learning how to enlist, and so much more. And the goal for the military action plans are to help parents and guardians prepare their students if they're either applying to a military academy or enlisting in the military after high school. We also have information about adult living, which is all about helping that student transition into adulthood, which is a big step and can be very overwhelming for our students. So parents and guardians can use this part to really help their students develop skills they need to learn key information that will help them once they're on their own. And Tomorrow Ready Texas covers information about personal safety, such as personal boundaries, conflict management, using different scenarios, and those in the jobs and career areas, health and nutrition, community participation, and so much more. Some of the resources parents and guardians will see in this area include Medicaid waiver information and example resumes. I really like the example resume because you can share this with students and help them translate the skills that they're developing in their school onto their resume. So because students are involved in their campus or they have a job, and we want to showcase that information on the resume to demonstrate their skills. Now, financial wellness is also a really good section, and it doesn't just cover information about paying for college, but also supports parents and guardians in helping their students with financial literacy, practicing how to budget, and again, so much more. And we've developed these resources that will help parents and guardians explain key concepts, such as the financial aid glossary, because sometimes financial aid is almost like another language with some of the stuff that they have. And it really provides definitions on common financial aid terms and how to read a paycheck stub to help parents and guardians discuss the pay process with their students to just increase that financial literacy. Such an important step for parents to help their students with as they transition into adulthood. And I'm going to go
Thank
ahead.
you, Lauren.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, so for the next couple of slides, we're going to be highlighting articles per grade level. So Lauren did kind of an overview of everything that's included, and I'm going to kind of break it down just a little bit further into what you can specifically do with your 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th and 12th graders. So starting with 8th grade, our college and career readiness curriculum for middle school is a great resource. And we actually just recently updated it this year. The curriculum is divided into 4 units and supports students in meeting their TEKS, cross-disciplinary standards, and student competencies for success. So within these units, students will explore college and career readiness and learn about envisioning for success, career pathways, post-secondary education readiness, and getting ready for their next steps. We know that students cannot accomplish these goals on their own, so we have also highlighted the curriculum to help with that as well. So Tomorrow Ready Texas resources are embedded within providing you with a list of relevant articles that may be shared with parents during each unit of study so that families can continue these conversations at home. Some additional Tomorrow Ready Texas articles that are covered within here is regarding college, high school graduation plans, college options, college costs and financial aid, completing applications, and so much more. And then moving on to 9th grade, as we all know, transitioning to high school can be hard, and parents, guardians may struggle with balancing giving their students more independence and wanting to help them to stay on track. So in the 9th grade Jobs and Careers Action Plan, parents will find information about how to help their student build those soft skills that Lauren talked about earlier that will give them success in both school and their future employment. It's super important. You can also find resources focusing on time management, building employable skills, and the value of self-determination and decision-making. So we also have some additional information in Tomorrow Ready Texas that covers regarding jobs and career opportunities, includes preparing for the workforce and learning those soft skills that I mentioned. So we have a list of resources and articles within Tomorrow Ready Texas that we will share with you after today's session. And then moving into our sophomores, they'll have the opportunity to take the PSAT for the first time this month. Since this may be their first experience, some families have with the college entrance exam, they may have questions about why it is important for their student or how they can help their student prepare. And of course, if there's any accommodations that are available to them. So we have a few different articles here to help students better understand the benefits of taking the PSAT as a sophomore as well. So we have the preparing for the PSAT and the PSAT testing accommodations. And both of these articles also feature resources for Spanish speakers. And then moving into 11th grade this month, students in your junior year class will also take the PSAT and MSQT to determine eligibility for the National Merit Scholarship Program. So while some of our parents may be familiar with the PSAT, you can support them by providing additional information about the National Merit Scholarship competition as well. For instance, how the test is scored and additional scholarships that may be available to PSAT test takers. Now is the time that students and families may also want to explore other highly competitive scholarship programs, such as QuestBridge. So consider sharing this article, which we'll share with you as well, and encourage potentially eligible students to apply for the QuestBridge College Prep Scholars Program. So we'll have those links for you as well. And then moving on to 12th grade. Senior year is full of a lot of important deadlines and milestones. Some parents may be struggling with how to keep their student motivated and on track for college and career planning while they fight the onset of senioritis, right? So to support parents during the college and application process, we encourage you to explore and share articles from our 12th grade college planning action plan. Here you'll find some different articles such as tips for a successful senior year, gather your materials. We also have some information on Apply Texas, the Common App, and just understanding the different application fees and fee waivers.
Excellent. So let's look at future updates. What is happening with Tomorrow Ready Texas? So we're really currently focusing on improving the Tomorrow Ready Texas experience. So we're making some improvements to the website for everybody. We're also gonna we'll have the ability to translate into Spanish, Arabic, and Vietnamese. And then, guys, we want to hear from you, and we are looking for feedback. So if you are interested in exploring the new improvements of Tomorrow Ready Texas, please reach out to our senior product manager for Tomorrow Ready Texas, Ronit. She would be more than happy to include you in that feedback process. And it would really just be you looking at the website, exploring it, and then letting us know what you think. And we really want to hear from you because this is for you. This is for your families. This is for your students, and you guys know them the best. So please, if you have, if you want to be a part of this, just, snap a quick picture and we'll also share her content at the end so that you can email her later. And we'll also include it in our resources during the follow-up email that we'll send later this week. But we would love to hear from you and have your feedback on Tomorrow Ready Texas and what we're doing with it.
Yes. Thank you, Lauren. And now we are excited to hear from Will. Will, I'll let you take it away from here, talking about some of the great things that are going on in your district and on your campus.
Yeah, thank you. That was great information. I do not know where to start to kind of recap everything I just heard. But my name is Will Collins. I'm a college and career counselor in Texas City ISD. This is my 11th year in school counseling. I started in middle school. I've done about 9-10 years in high school counseling. The last 2 years, I focused on the college and career counseling caseload. So Texas City ISD is in the Houston metropolitan area, Galveston County. We're about 20 minutes from the Gulf. We work with 7,800 students in the Lamarck and Texas City area, 14 campuses total on the district. 2 are high schools, and we have the 2 high schools have a brand new early college high school this year with our first cohort of 9th graders in early college high school. I have 51 freshmen that are taking dual credit classes this year as 9th graders, so we're really excited about that, and I get to be their counselor for that. We have campus counselors, just started. We just hired college and career counselors. I'm the first college and career counselor at Lamarck High School, so this is very new for the district to hire college and career counselors. Excited about that. And also social emotional counselors as well are new to the district. So the support is being ramped up in our district. We have a number of programs to support our students. AVID, Upward Bound, Communities in Schools is housed in our building. 21st Century Scholars is after school program in our school, in our district as well. Okay, so family engagement. There's a number of ways to engage families about the college, career, military, and the process for their families. A number of things that we do, and actually made a note to myself on the PSAT slide. We are having the PSAT for our 10th graders next Tuesday on the 17th. So I made a note to myself to get that article out to our families so they're knowledgeable about what their students are going to be doing next Tuesday with the PSAT. But parent information nights are a great way to engage families. District electronic newsletter that gets emailed to families monthly, or emailed to families, and every teacher, everyone in the district gets this newsletter to get everyone on the same page of what's happening in the district and information out. A course selection campus showcase. We have a middle school endorsement fair, a district podcast that is newly started I'll talk about, and we have a college career military signing day, and we have a scholarship night at the end of the year for our seniors. So families get excited about those things as well. It's good to have them out at those events. Okay, so parent nights. This is a picture of our last January's dual credit night that we had at our school, and getting parents engaged into what is the process for their student to be ready and enrolled for dual credit classes. And as we know, this starts in middle school in the 8th grade, to really get families on a plan to what should they be doing, in 8th grade and 9th grade and 10th grade to prepare for dual credit. So that's why I really like the Tomorrow Ready Texas and Texas On-Course materials that kind of break down what should families be doing in 8th grade? What should families be doing in 9th grade? Can they go on this app? And it gives them things by month they should be doing to prepare for a child going into dual credit, a child going into college, a child going into career after high school. If any resource that I have that I can give a family that gives a month by month thing of what to keep on track to meet those goals is very helpful. So if I can put a timeline at a parent night and just information in hand and links is very helpful. So that's a parent night. FAFSA night. This year, FAFSA is going to open in December, so we're hoping to have some FAFSA nights in January. But it's nice to parents have a timeline of when these things happen. And in January, in the spring semester, we're ramping up for course selection. So we're going to have, well, last year we had a parent campus showcase, inviting 11th or 8th through 11th grade parents to our campus, and invited all of our campus programs to this, so parents can see what type of programs, courses, fine arts, athletics, and career technical education programs that we offer on the campus, and different endorsement areas. I love the information on what types of skills do students need for each endorsement so they could be successful in that. And that's a picture of our dual credit night. And we have many virtual parent meetings in the spring for our seniors. So everything before was in person, but we're still doing some virtual meetings to keep parents engaged and in the loop of, is your child on track for graduation? And they got their cap and gowns, they've got their plans, they're on track for FAFSA or opt-out, et cetera. So our principal does a really good job of getting information out, explaining the FAFSA is the graduation requirements and all the things that families need to be on track for graduation. So any information that we can give to engage our families and help them stay on track is what it's all about to be successful after this. So this is a great partnership with Tomorrow Ready Texas. Tools for that can be incorporated in all these events. Okay, so talking a little bit more about our campus showcase and a middle school endorsement fair. So you can see this was a flyer that was sent out to inform the families last January about we are coming to the middle school to engage the middle schoolers in all of our career technical education opportunities that are offered at the high school and all of our fine arts. And this is a picture of our fire academy that is very new to Texas City ISD. And we really wanted to engage and get the information to families that for a number of our dual credit or our number of our career technical education programs, especially, for example, the Fire Academy, students will graduate with 25 dual credit hours. They'll have a Texas Commission on Fire Protection certificate after they finish this program. The annual median salary or wage for a firefighter in Galveston County is more than 64,000 per year for someone that has 25 dual credit hours. So this program starts in 9th grade. We have to engage our families in 8th grade so they are aware of this, and if they want to make a plan for their student to participate in the fire academy or our welding program or our nursing or health science, et cetera. So that's the partnership with engaging students in middle school so they know everything's available to them. And then 2 days later, we moved things. It was at 6 o'clock in the evening, so our parents could attend, having all of these programs come back, and we did it at the high school. So there's a showcase of activities at the high school, engaging parents, so they know, what's best for their student. In their course selection is very important for a college, career, military. We want to engage them in this timeline so they make informed decisions for their future. So that's just an example of parent engagement with the campus showcase, keeping everyone on track. Okay, and the next couple of things I want to talk about with parent engagement, a district e-newsletter. So it's called Texas City ISD Today. It comes out monthly, and it's a great way to get articles and information about college, career, and whatever's going on in the district to everyone in the district. So I have enjoyed partnering with our district communications team, because every district usually has someone that's working in communications, that their job is to get the message out to families and people in the community. So this is a picture of our college signing day last May, where our students celebrated if they were signing with a college, military, or career. Our district communications team, they took pictures, they wrote an article about this event, and they put this on the district's social media channels, and it created a really big buzz about and excitement about what our students are doing and our families have been working toward these goals of college, career, and military, great awareness for the program. So started that last year, and then starting this year is making my job easier because families are already aware of this process and they've seen the success from the newsletters and the social media and engaging families in that. But you can easily put in Texas OnCourse materials and articles in any kind of district newsletter or email blast out. It's already prepared and great information. A new thing we started this year is a district podcast called TSISD Talks. And this is available anywhere you can get podcasts. And there's a link on the district website, and the link can be included in an email newsletter. And I was invited to speak about the college application process with one of our teachers. And as you know, I mean, the talking to families about college applications and the whole process is great to do it through timelines, but this is a great 25-minute conversation that families can listen to when convenient. And we cover many topics and just have a great conversation that families can benefit from the information we talk about on here. And we're talking about financial wellness and scholarships and paying for college. I mean, the application, the timeline, and everything is in the podcast. So feel free to take a listen to that for an example of something that you can do to engage families in the process. And it's really easy to use the Texas OnCourse, Texas Tomorrow Ready materials in all these ways of engaging families.
Thank you, Will. That was awesome. It's always great to hear from different educators, guidance counselors in different districts and what's working well, and different advice that you have for others. So thank you so much for sharing that. We do have some time for any questions or comments that you might have in the feel free to put this in the chat. We have Amy on the line as well as Will to answer any questions, and then myself and Lauren about Tomorrow Ready Texas, or if you have any specific questions for Will about family engagement, things that have been working well for him. We are open. And if you don't have questions now, that's fine too. You can always follow up with us. We will be sending out a follow-up email, so you'll have all of our contact information. You can still ask questions now. I'm just going to go ahead and go to our last couple slides, which of course we would love for you guys to follow us on social. That's where you'll get different information about our upcoming webinars, our professional learning series, coffee chats, things that are going on, not just in Texas Encores, but throughout Texas. And it looks like we do have a couple questions. Well, one for you. John asked, he's wondering what program you used to create your podcast. Do you know what they used?
You know what? I don't know what they use. Our district communications team, they have a studio in at our district office. So they invited me to be a guest on the podcast, and they have some nice equipment there that they use. So I would suggest getting with your district's communication team, or if you have a visual program at your school that has some video equipment, to get with them for that.
Awesome. Thank you, Will. And as some other people are asking questions, we would love, of course, we always really appreciate your feedback, as we just want to continually make these sessions as valuable for you as possible. So if you don't mind just taking a quick minute to scan that QR code and take that quick survey, just answer a couple questions for us, just helps us guide what is most important for you all going forward and how we can be available for that. And then, of course, as I mentioned, October 31st, our coffee chat. If you haven't been to one yet this year, they're a lot of fun. Just sit back, relax with your beverage of choice, and collaborate with your colleagues. So thinking about some ways that you can share Tomorrow Ready Texas on your campus, or maybe there's some other ways that you've been supporting and encouraging your parents and family members to get involved. Maybe some things that Will talked about sparked some of your interests as well. We would love to see you guys all on October 31st. I'm going to allow you guys to continue to ask questions, and then I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. We really do appreciate you guys coming out today for our October Professional Learning Series webinar, Engaging Families with Tomorrow Ready Texas.